Hello and welcome to Skolaris Weekly. I'm your host, Martin Klemsa. We're going to go back to basics in this episode, as I'm going to show the basic setup of an organization after you log in for the first time. After you log in for the first time, you're going to see a notice about changing your password because your password is sent to you by email after you complete the registration process. So we recommend you change your password. After you do that, you'll get to the Create Organization screen, which you can see right now. If you're using a management system, or if you've been previously using a different timetabling software, you can choose to import your data either from a file or from MIS. But in this demo, we're going to create your organization from scratch. So let's do it. After I type in the organization name, I'm asked to create a term. Because Skolaris is available internationally and online, we cannot anticipate the starting date or the duration of your term. So we cannot create the term automatically, and that's why you're going to have to do this extra step before entering your data. So I'm going to put in winter 2021-22. And the start date doesn't really affect anything, but let's put in 1st of November. So after my basic details are in, I can finally continue with setting up the timetabling data for the school. So let's go through our curriculum builder step by step. In this screen, you will quickly set up the structure and the curriculum of your organization. Year groups, also called grade in certain regions, represent levels of seniority. Class groups, also called forms or registration forms, represent groups of students taking most lessons together. Subjects are taught to class groups in courses. When these subjects are taught to class groups, these are also called linear blocks in some countries. Each course comprises one or more lessons. More complex data, such as subgroups, combined teaching groups and option blocks, or bands, can be created later if necessary. Don't worry about them for now. How to work with the curriculum builder? We're going to use drag and drop and put all the little circles in the right places. Finally, so that the screen is not empty, Skolaris has already created some sample year groups and class groups and subjects for us. And if you don't want to use them, we can click discard in the bottom right corner after closing this dialog. We're not going to click discard because some of these class groups and subjects are actually useful. So let's keep them in. We're going to create, let's say, just 3-year group structure to make this process a little bit shorter. So I have removed year group number 4, but we're going to add more class groups so that each year group consists of 3 class groups. So let's put in 1B, and 1C, 2B and 2C, and 3B and 3C. I'm also going to delete 4A because we've removed year group number 4. Let's review the list of subjects. So we have art, biology, and so on and so on. Let's put in Spanish as well, as we're going to use that as a language option for the students. And let's also put in design. And save. Actually, let's not save this yet, because I want to show what's going to happen if you don't save the data and try to drag or assign class groups to year groups. So this is fine, good work. We've just moved our first class group into a year group. That class group is now a member of the year group. If we made a mistake, we can just drag the class group into the correct year group. So let's finish this class group assignment first. So 1B goes to year group 1, 1C as well. Let's make a mistake. Okay, 1C doesn't belong to year group 2, so we'll just move it where it belongs. 2B, 2C, and 3B and 3C. If I want to start creating the courses, the linear blocks, by dragging subjects into the year group slots, I'm stopped, and Skolaris tells me that before I can build the curriculum, I need to save the data. Okay, no problem. That's just to make the structure of year groups and class groups a bit more persistent, so that Skolaris can build on it and create the courses for you. So let's save this, and let's continue by creating some linear blocks. So each class group in year group 1 will have 2 lessons of biology. Good work! We've just dragged our first subject onto a year group. That subject is now taught as a course to all class groups in the year group. 2 circles represent 2 lessons the subject course is going to have per cycle. If we only need 1 lesson, or if we made a mistake, we can move the unwanted circles into the bin. And when we've finished with all the courses that we want to create in all the year groups, we'll click Finish to save the curriculum and continue to teach our assignment. If you want to start over, we can always reset to remove all the subjects from these slots. So let's suppose they only have 1 biology per cycle, so we take biology into the bin. 1 it is. The reason why Skolaris puts 2 by default, because these subjects usually come in 2 instances per cycle. The same will be true for chemistry and geography, for example. Let's also create 3 lessons of PE for year group 1. And we also create 1 lesson of music and 1 lesson of art, just like this. And let's put in 2 lessons of history. For maths and English and science, we're going to be creating bands, so these will not be linear blocks, and we're going to skip these subjects while working in this curriculum builder. We're going to create the bands and options later. Let's create a similar setup for year group 2. So 1 lesson of art, 2 lessons of biology, 2 lessons of chemistry, 2 lessons of geography and history, 1 lesson of music, and 3 lessons of physical education. Year group 3, let's suppose this will be our senior year, where students have many more options than in the previous 2 years. So the linear blocks will only be history, geography, and physical education. So once we're happy with courses for the year groups, we'll click Finish. This brings us to the next stage of the organization setup, which is the course teacher assignment. In this screen, we will create and assign teachers to the courses we've created in the curriculum builder. Again, this will be done by dragging each course in the list of open courses into a slot next to the teacher who teaches the course. More complex scenarios, such as multiple teachers teaching a course, can be set up later. Don't worry about them for now. Again, Skolaris creates some sample teachers for you. These can be discarded by clicking Discard after closing this dialog. Most likely you will want to discard these teachers. This is really just to give you an idea what will happen when you put in your own teachers. So Isaac Newton, William Shakespeare, and Emil Zatopek are most likely not teaching at your school, so let's just discard these teachers. No teachers have been created, so let's add some. Let's suppose I'm the first one. Let's suppose my colleague Hugh is the second one. And we're going to again have to save our teachers before assigning courses. And from all these linear blocks, we're going to pick those taught by Hugh Boland and drag them to the slot next to his name, so that Skolaris know that Hugh teaches these courses. Let's see, so let's give him some geography. Good work! We've moved our first course into a teacher slot. The teacher now teaches all the lessons in the course. When we've finished with assigning all the courses that we want, we will click Finish to save the assignments. If we're at any point unhappy, we can also click Reset to remove all those assigned courses. Yeah, let's reset. And let's do it again. So geography for year 1 will be taught by Hugh. And Martin will take chemistry for year 2. So this is just an example. We're not going to dwell on the teachers. And we will hit Finish to indicate that we're done with course teacher assignment. Skolaris will warn us about courses without teachers, but that is fine. Once we hit Finish, we get this congratulations dialog that provides some guidance about how to continue. So you've completed the basic organization setup. You can now let Skolaris check your data and create your timetable by clicking the plus button in the timetable section here in the dashboard. If you need to enter more data or change the configuration Skolaris has generated for you, please follow our tutorials or visit our documentation site, where you will find all the necessary information on how to proceed. Don't hesitate to contact us if you're unsure about how to continue. We'll do our best to help you. That is true. So some useful links here. Be sure to follow them once you complete this step of setting up your organization. We're not going to create a timetable just yet because we've only put in linear blocks. And the next time I'm going to show how to create bands and option blocks. So that is all for today. Thank you very much for watching and have a nice day. Bye.